What's up guys? We have a loud noise because Alberto's in the garage using my lift, being inconsiderate of me filming a clip. No, it's okay. You can keep it going.
I can't do it with my hands.
Alberto's over. He's gonna give me a hand with the lower control. I'm doing lighting stuff on my car. Alberto's doing the lower control arms. And then I'm gonna go riding and we're gonna do some other stuff with Nicole later today. There's a lot of everything in this video. This is how you know it's a 240. It looks like a sea of fish. I don't know if these will be adequate, but I figured I might as well be like super JDM and use some face masks that I got from Japan while I'm grinding the fiberglass instead of breathing in all the fiberglass, because that's not good.
You look like an evil doctor.
I just gotta take out some of this area right here to make them fit. Lights aren't as perfect of a fit as I'd hoped. I just kind of had these laying around. They might have been better for my other bumper. I mean, it's not exactly the most even gap, but it's as good as I could get it. I basically had to take this little part that screws into the bumper and then file it down a bit with the Dremel. That way when it sits in there, it sits a little more level rather than at a weird angle. I'm not gonna have time to wire these today, but I can at least get them mounted because we gotta leave. Since it's a drift car, I guess it looks good from like 10 feet away. When you get up close, it's not perfect. Unfortunately, some of the paint's kind of chipping off. I think you have to use like a really special like type of paint to work with this flexible bumper, and I don't know that it necessarily adhered right, but I can always have it repainted if need be. I'm really curious to see how good these little lights look on the car. Wiring should be fairly easy. I still have the existing wiring just kind of like dangling here. Just gotta splice into it. Alberto, how are the control arms coming along?
Almost done.
Sweet. So these are the new PBM bent lower control arms that I have. They're like a tubular style, so they're a lot low profile in comparison to what I used to have. And then these tension rods are bent, which should give me more clearance. But as you can see, I'll still probably end up hitting my sway bar, so I have to get the modified one that goes over like this. These were my old lower control arms. Shout out Jimmy Oaks, I know you probably want these. They were extended 50 millimeters, as you can see right here. But these joints right here are like super worn out. My car was all over the place. And I wanted to bring the track within about 10 millimeters to get rid of some camber. So these should solve all of the above. Look at all that angle. So much so that my big brakes hit the lower control arms. We're not gonna actually have any more angle though, because there's like these bump stops that will adjust to make sure that doesn't happen. This wasn't for more angle, that's not why I'm putting them on. It's just a better setup. I'll just run without wheels, that'll be way easier.
Did you already start filming today?
Yeah, I was in the garage. I did like a couple things around the garage.
Right now, we are going to visit my grandmother's grave.
1 year ago, she passed away, so we're gonna go pay our respects, even though we think the cemetery is closed.
And give her roses, because that's her favorite flower.
If time permits, we might also stop at a skate park while we're out in that area. It took us a little while to find exactly where the gravestone is, but we found it.
Just so everyone knows, first of all, I've already had some time here, so it's not like we just whipped out the camera, because that seems really just impersonal. This is my grandmother, and then her first husband. So my grandfather is next to her, and he passed away from cancer in '94, the year I was born. And this is her second husband, who passed away a few years ago. This is the only grandparent I actually knew. The rest of them passed away before I was born. Some of you still might be fortunate enough to have your grandparents around. Time is limited, and it's a precious gift that we have, so make sure you spend as much time with them as you can.
One of the few times that I've actually wanted Chick-fil-A and it hasn't been Sunday. Stoked on the waffle fries?
Yeah, they're the best.
Alright. Yeah, got me.
There? No, we probably apart. There's the time. He actually knows that, but everyone here,
Yeah.
like a lot of people.
It's a cool little session. Not the nicest skate park in the world, but the locals here are really cool, and it's just fun to ride somewhere new once in a while. So while I was gone, Alberto finished up the lower control arms. I just took the car out for a drive, had to like kind of move the steering wheel a little bit to get it all centered. But the car feels really, really good now, and with like 1 or 2 degrees less camber, I feel like it's a little bit more responsive, but most of all, the wheel just feels a lot tighter because it has new spherical, are they called ball joints or just joints?
New spherical bearings, pretty much. So all the joints in the suspension are spherical bearings now, which another term is pillow ball mounts. So it has no give, it's just like spherical like it's like a ball joint pretty much. So it doesn't have any rubber parts anymore. So it just swivels, but it doesn't have play.
And on top of that, my car now has bump stops, where before it didn't, and I guess I would just turn the wheel until I hit stuff. So it just feels a lot more dialed now, and I'm excited to kind of feel how it is on the track. I decided to keep the rack offset spacers for now and just Loctite them since I didn't have Loctite on before. And hopefully they won't get loose, we'll see. But my 240 is pretty much set. We might go to an external wastegate setup. Don't really know if we'll end up doing that. Got to relocate the catch can because I don't like where it is here, and the lines are kind of crappy running over the super hot manifold. I still got to put that heat shield on. But most of the stuff now that we're going to be tackling is on Nicole's 240. It's been awesome having Alberto over so often because between the two of us, we've been getting so much done. I just want to have my car like super dialed for the summer. I want to get Nicole's car like kind of polished up and working how it should, and it just feels really good knowing that things are getting done. That video came out way shorter than I thought it would, so sorry. But tomorrow, Alberto's coming over. We're gonna play with the exhaust on Nicole's car, try like getting rid of the resonator, see if that makes it sound a little more aggressive. And then also, I'm gonna have a session on the ramp with some really cool people. So tomorrow should be a really fun video. Thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.